There's a growing awareness of the fact that climate engineering is in full force, but we're still being told that this is just a weather forecast and everything that's happening in the weather is normal, when people are putting out very credible data, have government documents outlining programs for climate engineering. There are hundreds of patents related to this technology. The public should be able to trust agencies like the EPA to take our claims seriously. And I know Madison, who's on the phone with me now, has called the EPA and asked them time and time again to do testing, and they refuse to do it. They just tell her, oh, it's just water vapor. Well, the people who have done tests have shown that the elements that are called for in the patent, extremely high toxic volume.
Okay. Well, you, Madison, asked me for a contact number.
Right.
And I have one for you.
Sweet.
Actually, I don't have a phone number. All I have is an email address.
Oh, great. There's no one that I can speak to in person? Do you have a local office? That would be better, that I can come into today and speak to y'all.
The
I
local
really
office
appreciate
is
it.
in Wakefield.
Wakefield. Well, I'm in Virginia Beach. Where's that?
Wakefield?
Compared to Virginia Beach, it's not close.
About an hour and a half.
Oh, goodness. Is there anyone in a local office that I can speak to?
I could forward you to my boss, but he's not in the office today.
Okay. Let me think for a second. Hold on. I don't want to let you off the phone without having someone I can report this. All I want to do is formally report this, that the skies and the conditions here in Virginia Beach. So I'm just really concerned that it is the airplane pollution. You call them contrails. Maybe it's actually a spraying operation. I don't know. But without you guys testing or helping us, how can we now?
We need a public test of the aerosols that we see in the sky. The contrail, chemtrail debate, that's a long, drawn-out debate, and there are many reasons for that. There's obviously a lot of disinformation out there. But the fact of climate engineering is undebatable at this point. We have video footage up close taken by Air Force tankers of them turning on and off the sprayers. You can zoom in and see it.
You know, we're both extremely concerned about this, and we've already pretty much gone through the system. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why he's so upset about everything, is that we've done everything by the book. You know, both of us have formal complaints in about this, and no one will investigate this. So when I saw the Weather Channel's forecast, or whatever you want to call it, it was incorrect. And that's why I tried to call them and correct it for them and tell them that that's not what it is. We're not foggy. We're completely covered.
Right. But please understand that the Weather Channel is based in Atlanta, so they're creating a forecast for the entire country without necessarily having a full understanding of local.
Right. But when I told you about it, what was going on here in the airplanes, you immediately said that it was contrails and water vapor. What are you basing that on? Because you don't even live here. You live an hour away, and you don't know what planes I'm talking about.
But, ma'am, we are forecasting the weather. We are aware of what the weather impacts are.
The weather impacts from who? That's what I'm asking you. Where are you getting that it's contrails, water vapor?
Yeah, what testing proves that it's only water vapor?
Is there like a piece of paper or something that y'all have that states that it's that? Because you could email me that or something like that. We just want to know what it is. We're not trying to be confrontational. It's just that we've already been around the block, you know, with this, gone to every agency we can think of, and it's not working. Maybe you could connect me to your boss's phone number. I can leave him a message and he can call me back.
Well, in the process of this call, I was able to find a phone number for our regional office.
Sweet.
And that number is 301 713 0622.
Okay. All right, so you want me to just go ahead and call them and I can probably reach somebody?
That's probably a better idea. You know, as far as where I'm coming from, all I can tell you is we've been overcast because we've been in a very active weather pattern. As far as any atmospheric science implications, that's beyond what I'm supposed to be doing for my job.
Okay. I understand. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I'll go ahead and call this number. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was playing good cop. I have to be good cop, bad cop. You can't just spring it all on them. You can't let them know how much you know. I don't even, I use airplane pollution. I sound like a dumbass. I have to dumb myself down to even talk to these people. If you come out like you're Mr. Geoengineering, they're going to know, oh, damn, look at how much he knows. Why, I can't talk to this person. You see what I'm saying? Like, you sounded like Dane Wigington just then. Hold on one second. Okay.
Weather Service Public Affairs.
Hi, yes, ma'am. My name is Amanda, and I live in Virginia Beach, and we've been overcast here for days now, and I'm really concerned that we're overcast due to the airplane activity. I've called and reported this to all the different agencies, and I was just wondering if there was someone there that could help me with this, or I can report it to y'all.
I can give you the number for your local forecast office. We don't have an office here at the national level for people to report these kinds of things to. So you're in Virginia Beach?
Yes. So
I'm afraid it's overcast due to what now?
It's overcast due to airplane activity. I believe they're spraying stuff over my house in Virginia, not just over my house, but I believe they're spraying the entire area with something. Have you ever heard of solar radiation management or stratospheric aerosol geoengineering?
No, I haven't.
Right,
no.
Of course not. Have you ever heard of chemtrails?
I have. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I'm in the media relations office. We're in the National Media Relations Office, so you'll have to speak to a scientist about that. Let me give you the Wakefield phone number. They're the ones who do forecasting for your area.
Is it 899-4200?
Yes.
I just got off the phone with them, and they gave me your number.
Oh, I'm not sure why they would give you my number.
Is there any way you can help me?
We're the National Media Relations Office.
You're the Public Affairs Department?
We're the National Media Relations Office.
Okay. Is there any way that you can help me with my chemtrail concerns, since you know that term? I'd use other more scientific terms, but since you're not aware of them, I feel like
there's nothing I can do to help you. I mean, I think you should talk to the forecasters at Wakefield. I mean,
but they won't talk to me. I just talked to them. We told them everything. I mean, everything. Yeah.
So who do you think is doing this? Is it the military? Can you call the Department of Defense?
I've called the military. I have an active case working with them right now. But the reason why what started this whole thing is the Weather Channel is sending out disinformation about the current state of Virginia Beach. We're not foggy. We're completely covered. And I believe that this cover is man-made. It's fake. It's artificial cloud cover. And so it's getting really frustrating to not be able to report this to anyone. You know?
I mean, the forecasters know they see it, so they know it's cloudy there. So
but nobody is investigating any of our claims. You know, I'm
the
telling
Weather
you
Service doesn't investigate these types of things. That's not what we do here.
What do y'all do?
We forecast the weather.
But you mean basically your forecast is from man-made weather. It's created weather. So it's not really a forecast. You're just telling us what y'all have laid out. Not you personally, but I think, so
have you
with
called
weather,
the EPA?
Yeah.
Environmental Protection Agency?
Y'all don't deal with chemtrail complaints of any kind?
We don't. So your local forecast office, that's the scientists who do forecasting for your area. They partner with local other agencies. We don't control if the military is out doing exercises. We don't control that. We just forecast the weather.
Okay.
So
who do you know who controls military exercises in case it is that?
Department of Defense.
Okay. So I would actually have to call the Department of Defense?
I guess you could try to locate your public affairs office for the local military base. I guess that would be a
I'm already in there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm already on the right track according to what you say. But at least you admitted that you do know the term chemtrails, but you do not know the more scientific terms. And you're a pretty savvy lady, I can tell. So that's at least the word chemtrails is making it around. You can do some research online and see what you think. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
All right. Bye-bye.
I didn't want to chime in because you didn't introduce me on the phone. The fact is she did just admit that the Department of Defense is involved in the weather forecasting. Well, it's not a forecast then, it's a schedule. It's scheduled.
Damn it. I loved everything you said, but I was trying to play good cop, because if they get two ranting maniacs on the line, they're going to be like, oh, no, I'm not going to help you at all. They're already not helping us. What do you think about the cover-up of this? We could get no information. The Weather Channel doesn't give any information about the weather.
Two huge red flags so far already on your calls today. One, the Weather Channel, the company that everyone trusts to tell them the truth about what's going on with the weather, will not talk about the weather with us. So that's a huge one right there. And then you call these people and they say, get in touch with the Department of Defense to talk about the weather? Okay, well, they basically, in a roundabout, unaccountable way, admitted that it's out of their hands. They're just so far down the chain, they're just taking orders. People should all look these terms up. Gwen Towers, Wilhelm Reich, research the history of Wilhelm Reich. They should research the history of the aerosol programs in the Navy. A.C. Griffith from Richmond, he worked for the CIA.
Speaking to the weather people, I used all the terms that y'all wanted me to use, these scientific terms that, quote-unquote, everyone's supposed to know, and the only term that she recognized was chemtrails. Okay, so please, people, don't let them demonize the word chemtrails. That's called a controlled opposition. They don't want us to use the term. I've always used the term chemtrails because I'm not afraid of it. I call it like I see it. The Air Force is the one that made up the term, so don't blame us, blame them.
The government has a long history of covering up the truth, and then the establishment has a long track record of making the whole issue completely obfuscated for the entire population by playing semantics, when it is what it is.
I want to thank you for coming on, and we'll do this again real soon, okay?
Thank you, Madison. It was a good show.
Thank you.
Jetzt hattest du so Lust auf Luigi